If you struggle with feeling guilty about setting boundaries, then this video is for you. Setting boundaries is healthy. And yet, people in our professional and personal worlds may try to make us feel guilty about it. Setting boundaries is a big part of how we take care of ourselves. Never feel bad about doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. Putting yourself first is healthy. It allows you to show up as your best self at work and at home. I know from personal experience that having really good boundaries helps people trust you and know what to expect from you, and gives them an idea about how you think about yourself and your life and your time and the values you have. Good boundaries are essential. So as we're going through this list, please consider which ones really resonate with you. Which ones do you already have in place? And which ones do you want to set? Make a list. Needing alone time. Most of us crave alone time. And at work, that might just be 5 minutes so that you can collect your thoughts, catch your breath, and get yourself in the right mindset to go into that next meeting. Or at home, it might be that you are just so tired, you really need time where you can just decompress. Giving yourself permission to tell people in your life, you are checking out. You are taking time to yourself. You will not be available. You're not going to be answering your phone. You're not going to be looking at your email. This is just some me time where you can tune out the world and recharge. The next one is saying no. How many of us feel the pressure to say yes when people ask us for things? Whether that is our boss at work or one of our team members or our partner. I think that socially we've been conditioned to say yes, even when we desperately want to say no, because we think that it makes us more likable or more approachable, or will just save us from some kind of conflict that we're trying to avoid. Saying no is a way of engaging in self-preservation. When we have so much going on and we desperately want to say no because we just can't fit in anymore, can't fit in one more project, can't fit in one more social engagement, just don't have room or capacity for it. We have to give ourselves permission to say no. And sometimes it's not even that we don't have the time or capacity. Sometimes we just don't want to. Sometimes we don't want to go to dinner on Friday with your partner and his work buddies. Sometimes you may not want to do that extra professional development activity that's being offered to you. Maybe it doesn't sound interesting. Maybe it doesn't really align with the goals that you have for yourself. And one of the reasons you might want to say no is because you have no social battery left. For all the introverts out there, I felt like that one was important to throw in because sometimes saying no is really just about needing time for yourself. And even though we love to be invited, because an invite makes you feel included and thought of, sometimes we also just need to say no and stay home by ourselves so we can rest and recoup and get ready for the next social engagement. It's okay to just say no. And I think for a lot of us, we need to practice that. We need to practice giving ourselves permission to say no. It is a muscle that you build, for sure, because I know that you're not going to go from saying yes all the time to then being able to just confidently say no. However, I would argue that if you challenge yourself just for 1 week to say no when you truly want to say no, you will get more comfortable with it. And you will start to feel the internal rewards of being true to yourself and saying no when it feels right to say no. Try it out just for a week and see how it goes. Having preferences. All of us like and dislike things. For instance, when you're with a group of friends and everyone is being asked what toppings do they want on their pizza, what do you really enjoy? Are you the person that says, oh, I can eat anything? When really what you mean is, I'd really just like pepperoni but everyone else seems to be saying that they want a bunch of other things. And so you're just like, okay, I'll go with the flow. I'll just pick off what I don't want. Or maybe you won't pick it off. Maybe you'll just eat it because you don't want to cause any kind of social disruption or draw attention to yourself because you're not actually eating the thing that you said that you're cool with eating. And pizza preferences, just the first thing I could think of, where everyone has distinct types of pizza that they enjoy. But the reality is sometimes social pressures can make us feel like we shouldn't share our preferences. This can even happen when you're making new friends and you're like, okay, go along to get along, right? Like if people are saying that they want to go and see a horror movie because it's Halloween, and you're like, okay, I really don't like horror, but I do want to go spend time with these people, so I'm going to say yes. And then you cringe all the way through the movie and then have nightmares for a week. There are sometimes consequences to us not saying what our preferences are. I would encourage you to be brave and say what you want. It's fine to say what you want. The other person's saying what they're wanting. So why aren't you? And this is especially salient if you are in the dating world and you are starting a new relationship with someone. Please be brave enough to say what your preferences are in every arena, because how you start a relationship is going to be the foundation for how it's going to be the entire time you're together. So introduce yourself as the real you with all the things that you like and dislike, and be confident that it's okay to not actually share all the same things in common. But if the other person's going to actually get to know you, you need to be honest and you need to actually share the parts of you that make you you. And then we have prioritizing your needs. And for some of us, this is really hard to do. To say to anyone else, I need to take care of these things before I can engage in what you need from me. A lot of us would flip that and be like, okay, I really do want to do these things for myself or need to do these things for myself, but I'm being asked to do these other things. And so I'm going to take care of those things and then I'll get to my own things. And this can be requests at work or in your personal life. But when you are in the habit of putting others before you, of meeting their needs ahead of your own, you quit being your priority. And your well-being, your happiness, your health, your peace of mind, that should always come first for you. Because no one else is going to put you first if you don't put you first. I think we teach people how to treat us. And any good friend or family member or partner, you would assume they love me, so they will put my needs first. Because if they don't, who will? But the truth is that a lot of people are in the habit of putting themselves first. And if you are in the habit of putting others first, then neither of you is in the habit of putting you first. Does that make sense? Bottom line, you have to prioritize you. And you have to find a way to speak to the people around you in a way that is comfortable and is true to you in order to articulate that message. And I do believe that over time, people will learn. Like when Brooke comes into the office in the morning, the first thing she does is takes time to check her email quick before she goes into her first meeting. Or perhaps it's that people know about you, that you always leave work on time. And that's because you have commitments that you care about that are outside of your work life. And that's huge. So if you are looking to set boundaries that will help you leave work on time every day, watch the video linked in the cards above. And the next one is walking away. And this can be away from unproductive, unhealthy interactions or people. So it might be an in-the-moment heated discussion that isn't going anywhere, and maybe you need to take a time out and walk away. You can simply say, I need some time to think about the points you've raised, and I'll get back to you. And if it's in your personal life, it might be a person that you need to walk away from. And that's hard. That is hard no matter what, no matter who you are. I know that. But sometimes walking away is the healthiest thing that we can do for ourselves, especially if it's a person who is adding stress instead of adding value to our lives. Next up is speaking your mind. I hope that there are spaces, places, and people where you feel confident and comfortable speaking your mind. But I know that sometimes the places that we occupy, like the positions we hold or the organizations we're in, don't allow us to feel comfortable, at least not right away, with speaking your mind. But the most empowering thing that I think can help anyone speak their mind is knowing that when you speak, it is coming from a place of knowledge and expertise and investment. You are invested in the well-being of your team. You are invested in the success of your overall organization. And if that is the place you are speaking from as a leader in the workplace, then you should always feel free to speak. And there's a time and a place to choose what you want to say and how you want to say it. But you should say what you think. Because it's like this. When we consider gender differences, men are conditioned to freely say what they think because they're seen as the alphas, the natural leaders, the ones who are the head of the house or who have occupied the C-suite positions or who have led our country. So they feel free to speak their mind. And we as women feel less free because for a long time in the history of the world, in the history of our country, we were second-class citizens. And even as we gained more rights, we still weren't equal. And we are conditioned as we are growing up in this country, and maybe in other countries too, that we are supposed to be nice to look at. We're supposed to laugh at people's jokes. We're supposed to smile. We're supposed to be pleasant. We're supposed to be ladylike. We're supposed to be all of these things, none of which are independent thinkers with opinions, even when it's based in knowledge and expertise and experience. So I am giving you encouragement, permission, support. Speak your mind. The world will be a better place for it because our voices matter just as much. Next is rejecting the status quo. Just because something has been done a certain way for a long time does not mean that it is right for everyone or right for you. And you have the ability to say that is not for me. I am not going to follow that model because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel true to who I am. I am rejecting it. And feeling free to change your mind, that in itself is liberating. Knowing that at any point in time you can change your mind is internal permission you need to give to yourself and something that you can help others understand about you. When you are moving through life and gaining experiences, being exposed to new ideas, new perspectives, it is your job as a human being to take in that information and let it alter how you see the world. You are accumulating wisdom, and that wisdom, of course, is going to make you change your perspectives on things. And that might be about the people you have in your life. That might be about politics. That might be about religion. That might be about your relationship with money. It could be about a variety of different things. When we feel like changing our mind is a sign of weakness, we have a tendency to dig in and double down on whatever it is that we are so desperate to take a stand on. But I think that that is ego. That is unhelpful to you and living a quality of life that you deserve. So give yourself permission. Set that boundary. Let people in your life know that you have given yourself permission to change your mind. Maybe you'll inspire them to do the same thing. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are subscribed and haven't rang the notification bell yet, please take a moment and do it. You will get notified of all of my content as it posts, and I want you to be able to come back and find me again. I know that you have a lot of different options on how to spend your time. So the fact that you're spending it here with me means a lot. And I love reading your comments. So please leave me your thoughts, ask me questions. If you want to see a video on a specific topic I haven't done yet, totally leave your request, because everything I do on this channel is for you all. And I hope that as women in leadership, as people who want to live and lead authentically, being true to yourself, living a life where you are true to yourself, I hope that you are able to find connection and community here. And I'll be doing this channel for a very long time. So I look forward to seeing this community grow. And I'm glad you're a part of it. And as you know, I always talk about this, but it's because we have new people who join every time. I am a transformational leadership coach, and I work one-on-one with clients. If you are interested in personalized guidance and support, please go to my website so you can connect with me directly. I would love to help you. I help people figure out what their goals are and how to achieve them. Because we all want things in our life, professionally and personally, and we deserve to have the life that we want, and we just need a little support to help us get there. So until next time, stay true to yourself, lead with purpose. And thank you for watching.